Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the month of April. How are you, Sagittarius? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. If you are my ride or die and you just keep clicking and watching and thumbs up and subscribing, I do appreciate you. And if you're brand new, I hope you'll let me know in the comments that you are. I do love to be in the comments and greet you guys there. Thanks so much for all of your support. We are going to do a 9-card draw. We're going to start out with the Psychic Tarot, and then we are going to do some clarifications. We'll find out what's going on. Let's start with the 9-card draw. The first couple of cards out, the first one is the energy that you are bringing into April with you from March, and the second card is the overall theme of the month. Let's find out what's coming up for you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Saggies, if you're interested in a private read, please look below this video. I have pinned the first comment, which is the link to Wizio if you're interested in energies that are just for you. All right, here we go. Let's find out theme, the energy that you are bringing into April, Sag. The energy you're bringing into April. We do have material and spiritual prosperity. I like it. So it looks like you're feeling pretty prosperous as we enter April here. The overall theme for the month is deception and envy. Look, when you are in this material and spiritual prosperity, you're gonna get some haters. Ask me, I know. There's a bunch of them sitting in my filter right now. Sagittarius, I feel like you don't need to worry about this too much. We're going to clarify it, but listen, whenever you have this material and spiritual prosperity, when things are going really good in your life in general, work and friends and family, when people start to see you maybe spending more time on yourself spiritually, spending more time building your pentacles, working really hard, putting in extra time, maybe doing some overtime, or maybe trying to build a business or a side hustle, you're going to come up with some haters. And so I feel like, I don't know if they're necessarily haters, but it does feel like there are people in your life that are behind a mask. And you're going to figure out who those people are in April. For those of you who are really doing well in your life, and I don't mean that you're rich. I'm not talking about dollars and cents. I'm talking about you're really well off and like spiritually, and maybe you live somewhere really beautiful and you take care of your things. And I feel like some masks are going to come off. That's what I think. What will you accomplish in the month of April, Sagittarius? What you will accomplish here is a lot of downloads. It feels like the universe is now going to be a bigger part of your life because you're in spiritual prosperity. And I feel with the crown chakra, you're going to be getting some downloads. A lot of really important information about how to move from here, like how to move along from here. What should you avoid in the month of April 2024? What you should avoid here, I feel it says the authority. And I want to say that the authority is coming up because I feel like you should not approach the people who are in deception and envy, who show you who they are, the people who lift the mask, the people who you are going to see for who they are. I feel like what you should avoid is acting like the conqueror, like, an emperor. I don't know if you have, I'm a medieval geek, so I know what an emperor is, but the emperor sometimes will make decisions that are not good that are only good for them. Right? And sometimes it's like this conqueror attitude, or it's my way or the highway, or I'm going to do it and I don't give a crap what you say. And the authority, right? It's like it feels like with this spiritual prosperity that you do feel you have the authority to make certain decisions because of the crown chakra. But I feel like what you're supposed to avoid is getting in people's faces as the emperor. What should you embrace? You should embrace the throat chakra. So I want to say that this is something that needs to be practiced. The way to say it. The way to say it, and I'm not saying tiptoe around people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there is a kind way to say things where people will respect you for your stability and all the things that you have materially and spiritually. There's a way to get people to respect you through the way that you say things. And so I feel like it's What you should embrace is finding the right way to use the throat chakra. What obstacles will you face? We're going to go back and clarify, by the way. What obstacles will you face in the month of April? Practice and planning. So it feels like that there are things, it's like you need to walk through some gateways here, and you are going to have to do those slowly, plan thoroughly, and be very patient. I feel like you're getting some downloads. Now, the thing I've learned as someone who has psychic intuition is just because I get the download, it doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. In fact, it could be years before it happens. So I'm going to say that the patience and planning part is really important when you are getting downloads from the universe. Where can you find support if you need it? In the month of April. You can find that support in accelerated motion. So I want to say that when things start to move forward really quickly, I feel that this is a time where you're being supported by the universe. We do see that there is an incoming star. It looks like a shooting star, which is considered to be pretty lucky to notice one because they're quite rare. And the accelerated motion, I want to say, is things are going to speed up. So that's why they're saying patience and planning is really important in the obstacles that you will face. It feels like you need to be really planned and really patient about what's about to come. It might almost seem like the calm before the storm. And it feels like it's coming up around the end of the month. Now, we're in retrograde, in Mercury retrograde, for almost the entire month. It goes from the 1st to the 21st of April. It's like 3 weeks of retrograde, right? And we are also in Aries season, and we also have had an eclipse. As I'm reading this, we've already had an eclipse, right, in Aries as well. A solar eclipse. So I feel like things are about to move really quickly where you felt things were moving slowly before. What actions do you need to take this month? Pardon me. Well, I think it's saying here that you just need to get rid of things that you don't need, because the disruption is the tower. And so I want to say that you just need to be brave enough to close timelines that you no longer need. And that means friendships that aren't working, people who don't give you their time but expect you to give them your time, people who are not necessarily ready to help you. They're waiting for the benefits of whatever you say, whatever downloads you get, whatever leadership you offer. But I feel like this coming up as what action you should take is that I feel like you should break down old illusions and keep moving forward here, and maybe just let go of things that you don't need. The advice and encouragement for the month for you, Sagittarius, is awareness. I like it. So by the end of the month here, you do have all of the tools to close the doors you no longer need. And I want to say with the patience and planning, this is a time of introspection. It's a time of when you're thinking about what do I need to do? Patience and planning, the two pillars, right? The patience and planning here. I feel like the sun is here though, because we do have this light coming down. I want to say that everything is going to be clear, and you should be able to make some pretty clear decisions about what it is that you are going to do. I can't really see what those are. I was wondering if maybe they were fish, but I don't know. Okay. So there we go. We've got this advice and encouragement is the awareness. It's that you have all the tools. This is the magician energy, right? You have all the tools to do what you want, but sometimes it just means you're going to have to move forward alone. Yeah, you're going to have to do your own thing and move forward alone here. I feel like you're going to have stability in the month of April. Hang on, I just want to get this deck over here. Get you a little bit of energy here. Hang on a second here. I think there's one more. Okay. We've got doubt. We've got friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, and we have doubt. Says, I release the need to know all of the answers. So it does feel like you will be making decisions about whether or not you should be hanging on to these friendships or not. You know that there's somebody that's in your life for a reason, or maybe multiple people, but it feels like you have a doubt about the friendship, that things you're not really sure if you should release some friendships or what you should do with them. Let's clarify. We've got imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. All right, let's clarify a little bit here. Tell me about material and spiritual prosperity. Why is this the energy that Sag is bringing into the month of April? We have the Seven of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So I want to say that the material and spiritual prosperity, I want to say that you're keeping it secret, that you're really not sharing it with anybody. When I say material and spiritual prosperity, you may have gotten a raise or a promotion, or you feel like you've had some sort of an immediate download, that you're feeling balanced spiritually. I feel like you're keeping it all a secret or keeping it under the surface and not really telling people. And it is, it's almost like a bit of a worry, I'm going to say. It's a bit of a worry because you can't really trust these people. You have doubts about the friendships, right? You can't really trust these people. And although that I feel like you want to tell people what's going on, that maybe if you with the Six of Pentacles, if you are making material gains, that you might have people who have their hands out. Well, what about me? Can you borrow me money? Like, I feel like it's that sort of energy. So I feel like you're keeping your material and your spiritual prosperity under wraps here. And because you're worried that people are going to start asking you for things, asking you for money, asking you for advice. We've got deception and envy as the overall monthly theme here. Tell me about this deception and envy. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the deception and envy here tells me that you question this, right? Deception and envy is with the Knight of Cups. It's like, does this person really have feelings for me? Are they a friend? Are they a lover? I'm not really sure. It's like someone might be hiding something from you. We see someone here who is tipping up the mask so you can see their face. Someone may come to you and tell you that they have feelings for you here. Yeah, the Knight of Cups, it's romantic feelings. Somebody's been hiding their feelings for you. And it could be a friend, right? We do have the Three of Pentacles. It's someone who's already on your team and you're on their team. Someone you collaborate with, someone that you may go to coffee with, someone that you are in a group of people with. It feels like you're like-minded here. It feels like there is somebody who's in your pentacle world as a friend. Pentacles are always like you work together, you volunteer together. This is a group of people that just hangs out together. It feels like there are romantic feelings here. And this energy is telling me that it is a friend who might be, wanting to nurture some sort of a connection with you. The next card out is the Two of Cups. It's like somebody here is being deceptive because they are envious. They don't know if they can keep up with you because you keep growing. You keep growing and nurturing, and your pentacles are falling from the sky. We've got 10 pentacles, right? The 7 and the 3 is 10 pentacles. And I feel like somebody here does have romantic feelings about you. They do want to step forward and say something, but they feel like you have too much. Like you are the person who doesn't need them because you do it all on your own. This really is it's really a hard thing when you get to be at a level where you don't need anybody because you've got your material and your spiritual prosperity is all in line. It can be really hard to get into a relationship, especially if you're the feminine and you're looking for a masculine, because the masculines don't know what to do with that. Like the men don't know what to do with a woman who can provide for herself, because the men think that what they bring sometimes, not all men, but sometimes they think that what they bring to the relationship is money, is stability, is the house, is the mortgage. And when you got that all taken care of yourself, what do they do with that? Like it seems to be someone who's scared to step forward and is loving you from a distance because you have everything that you need, and they don't think that they have a place in your life here. So what will you accomplish? I feel like you're going to get a bunch of downloads. What are the downloads? We've got the Star, we've got the Five of Cups, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it almost feels like, you know, the downloads that you're getting here is like, it's like you're kind of sad or regretful almost, because you've built something from the ground up all by yourself, and you're confident, and you can do what you want when you want to do it. You've got enough money, you've got enough confidence to do the things that you want. But there is somebody here who is hopeful but sad, right? It's like you're hopeful that you are going to have some sort of communication or relationship, possibly. Maybe you also have feelings for this person, and maybe you haven't said anything to them either. I think that they could probably be a Taurus, Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Cancer. That's what it feels like. We do have a big decision that needs to be made here. See if that comes back out. So now I kind of understand with the authority here being what you should avoid. Because although I'm not telling you to play it small, Sagittarius, I feel like someone sees you as the emperor, that you are the person who's got it all. You've got it all. You've got stability. You've got money. You've got a place to live. Maybe you have a house and a car and all of that. And it feels like this is what you should avoid. And I want to say what you should avoid is showboating all of this, is being so really loud about it that it makes other people uncomfortable. And I mean, you can do what you want. Absolutely, you can do what you want. You don't got to take any bit of advice from Crazy Lady in Canada. But I'm just saying that I feel like that this is coming up in this space for a reason, what you should avoid. And I feel like you should avoid being crass about it. Look, I know that you don't have it, but I do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you need to avoid being crass about being the emperor. We do have the Six of Wands, we have the Lovers, and we have the Ten of Cups. So it does say here that I feel like a lot of people have their eyes on you. I feel like you get a lot of attention. A lot of people have their eyes on you. They see you winning. They're cheering you on. But there is somebody here who has feelings for you that feels like they have no place in your life. There is the Lovers here. And I feel like what you want to do is cross the finish line and find someone who is yours, right? The soulmate, the soul connection, the one that the universe has sent to you. You want the Ten of Cups. But I feel like it's a really hard sell. And I'm not saying play small. No. I'm saying hold out for it, because if you are the emperor, I'm saying hold out for that empress, because it is worth it. It is worth it to be alone and be wealthy, healthy, and well spiritually and materially, and waiting for someone else than lowering your standards for someone else. Tell me about the throat chakra, please. What should you embrace is the throat chakra. What are you supposed to say? Chariot. Look, get in. Are you in the bus or are you under it? That might be kind of against what I just told you about the Emperor. The Chariot's here. We have Cancer. I feel like you're supposed to play it under the surface a little bit. Although you're having these victories and you're very balanced, right? That's what these two Sphinxes are about. Your energy is very balanced, feminine and masculine. I feel like you're heading really great places. You're going to have the victory. But I think that I feel like with Cancer energy here, you're supposed to play it under the surface. Just know it within the self without kind of showboating it, I want to say. Tell me more. Yeah, you are the Queen of Wands. Look at that. You are definitely the Queen of Wands. And I want to say that the Queen of Wands can come with a little bit of heavy energy as well, right? Because the Queen of Wands can do what she wants when she wants to do it. She's the go-getter, independent. I get what I want all the time. I'm on my own path. I'll color outside the lines. I really don't care what you have to say about it. But I think that that can be a really heavy and lonely existence sometimes. And I feel like with the throat chakra here, energy coming up where it is here with what you should embrace, I feel like it's good to talk about that. Like when you do meet somebody who you feel might be on your level, your energetic level, your economic level, when you meet that person, it's probably good to talk about those things, because you can't stifle yourself, and you never should. And if you're comfortable being by yourself, being single, doing your own thing, being on your own path, then do that thing. But I think sometimes you might get lonely. And look, as a single person myself, I've been single by choice for 6 years. There can be periods, small periods of loneliness. But then when you realize what you've created for yourself and that you have everything that you need, it's like it's a It's a feeling of worthiness that comes up that makes you realize that you have it all, that you really don't need to share it with somebody, but I think sometimes you want to, right? So I feel like when you want to, you're supposed to voice that. I think that telling somebody that you're close to, that you're dating, about your burdens, I feel is really important. Keeping some of it under the surface, I feel, is really important. I feel like it's a delicate balance to the victory, I want to say. And so the throat chakra is asking you to be sure that you are saying the right things, or, only divulging the things that need to be divulged instead of throwing it all at somebody. Do it little by little. All right, so we have the obstacles you will face, patience and planning. Patience might be a really big one for you. We've got the Page of Wands. We have the Four of Cups, and we have the Seven of Swords. Look, I feel like by this time here, we're getting into the middle to the end of the month. I feel like you want to reach out to somebody here. And it feels like you want to reach out to someone who maybe is a fire sign, possibly, because it feels like you offered this person a cup, or maybe you feel like the universe is telling you it's time. Now, don't be fooled. We're still in Mercury retrograde shadow, right? Understand that there's a 2-week lead-in period. Then we have Mercury retrograde from the 1st to the 21st, and then the 2-week outro, right? So we literally are in retrograde energy for at least 6 weeks, and it lingers after that. So I feel like you're tempted to reach out to someone who did not take your offer the last time you gave it to them. So I want to say that you're feeling in the spirit of wanting to go out, having fun, maybe a reunion, and maybe you're tempted to reach out to someone, and I feel like you will. I feel like you want to reach out to someone, but you're in the Eight of Swords here, which tells me that you're kind of overthinking it or obsessively thinking about it. I'm going to say have patience. Plan it out. Make sure that you know what you're going to say. Make sure that you know how this person's going to react. It does feel like you will want to reach out to someone. Could be an ex, possibly, by the last couple weeks of the month, I feel. Where can you find support? We have the Sun. I like it. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles and Temperance. So where will you find support? You'll find support with Spirit. You'll find support with your guide, Angel Michael. I feel like you will come into some sort of balance here as we get into the end of the month. You will come into some sort of balance. I feel like your support is to be found with your source, and you will get the balance by trusting your source and being patient, waiting for the moment of alchemy. I know that things are speeding up. The accelerated motion is here. And I want to say with the Sun here and the Ace of Pentacles that there is some sort of clarity that you're getting. It's like a breakthrough clarity. Things are growing. You're about to plant a pentacle, or you're about to head out on a new path, I want to say. You're about to head out on a new path, and we do have be patient. I want to say patience and planning here. It kind of reminds me of Temperance. But it does feel like with this energy here that finding support, because she's looking up at the stars, I want to say you're finding it with your source or your guides or the Angel Michael, I feel. And the Sun being here, that's Leo energy. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. It does feel like you have all the clarity that you need to move forward. And I feel like if you find support in the moment of alchemy, waiting for whatever energy is coming at you from source, I feel like if you wait for the answer in close to the end of the month, instead of taking immediate action and moving, it says accelerated motion. So you're going to want to move quickly at whatever it is that you see clearly that you can invest in. You're going to want to move quickly. I'm going to say be patient. Hold back just a little bit. Wait for the moment of alchemy. Wait for these downloads that are coming in. Make sure that you have all of the information you need before you move forward here. What actions do you need to take this month? It does feel like you need to close some doors. You need to let the tower fall on some things, some relationships that you've had doubt in, friendships that you've had doubt about. Tell me about disruption, the tower. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Justice card, which is Libra, and then we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, it does say this: in order to have balance, I feel like you are going to have to disconnect emotionally from some people who, and I want to say that these are people that are not active in your life. These are the people that are in the white surveillance vans on Facebook, on Instagram. They got their nose in your business, and they just want to know who you're dating, where are you going, where's your next vacation. They're just like, they're on the surface. They want to know if you've got a new job. They're the people who just really don't have anything to do with your life, but they're just nosy and they want to know what's going on. I feel at this point you're kind of happy and single. I want to say with the Nine of Cups that you are kind of happy and single. And so the actions that you need to take this month is to continue to be happy and single. Your wish fulfillments are coming in here, and just get rid of the people who are of the deception and envy, the friends who you have doubt about, the ones that you feel like you need to release because they're really no longer on your side. They're dead weight. They're just hanging out just because they're nosy and they want to know what's going on. And I feel like letting go, disconnecting emotionally from situations that you no longer need in your life. I'm not saying let go of the good friends, the ride or dies. I'm saying like there are people who just want to hang out to count your cups, right? Are you happy? Are you dating? Are you happy because you're alone? Are you happy because you're dating? People who just want to be in your business. I think that you should probably close the door on those people there. That's what it feels like here. Close the door on the things that you don't need, and your advice and encouragement is awareness. You now have an awareness of what it is exactly that you do need. You have all the tools, and it's time to move forward into the month of May. Tell me about the advice and encouragement here. The advice and encouragement is, look, love is showing up for you. You don't have to force it. It isn't something you got to chase, that it will show up to you if you just keep up moving along slowly. Be patient in your planning. Don't move too quickly. Connect with your source. Make sure that you're happy that when you're alone before you get into a relationship. If you're miserable when you get into a relationship, you're jealous and you argue about things and you're fighter. You're not going to, if you're miserable while you're single, you're going to be miserable in a relationship. Some people think that happiness is with another person, that they need to come in and make me happy. I think that your advice and encouragement is saying love is coming, and you will know when it's coming because you have the awareness. You are the magician here, and whatever you are dreaming about will come about. So I feel like you're bringing whatever is in the 5D to the 3D. It will show up for you, my friend, because you are the emperor, because you will find it. You'll find it wherever it is. You are successful and solid and sturdy. You will find an emperor to be with you who is an emperor. Do you know what I mean? You will find the right vibration. I feel like somebody's on the way right now. I'm just going to say, I feel like somebody's already on the way for you, and you might end up meeting them like around the second week of April. Oh yeah, April 8th is that big eclipse, right? I feel like there is somebody who is going to reveal their feelings for you that you already know in the 3D. That's what it feels like here. So we do have somebody who I feel is already on the way, someone who's on your vibration, someone who's possibly looking for love and might pursue you. For love here, your awareness is, I feel like you already know. I feel like by the time we get to the mid-month of April, you already know who I'm talking about. All right. We've got the Nine of Wands. Why is that? Because of the Knight of Wands. Somebody's terrified to come in, but they're going to do it. We've got the World card here. Something has ended for someone, and they're getting on their horse and they're coming to you. We've got 9 Wands and 1 here, which is 10. Somebody has decided to put down whatever they were struggling and juggling here. They've decided to come out from behind the fear wall, drop their burdens, and end some sort of a cycle here. The World card is here. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. You could be dealing with an Aries. We do have the Emperor here a couple of times. We do have your energy here, which is Sagittarius energy. We do have Leo. We have, again, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We have Aquarius energy as well. And we also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Libra is here as well. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching here. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back, Sag, because I'm always back for you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.